Ever wondered why you can't stop watching superhero movies, even when you know the plot by heart? Or why your kid keeps rewatching the same action scene over and over? It's not just entertainment, it's neuroscience. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of why our brains become absolutely addicted to cartoon violence and superhero action, and what's actually happening inside your skull when you're glued to the screen. The dopamine rush, how violence triggers your brain's reward system. When you watch a superhero punch a villain or see an explosion on screen, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes you crave chocolate or check your phone. But here's the kicker: animated violence is *safe violence. Your brain knows no one's actually getting hurt, so it lets loose with the dopamine without the moral breaks that real violence would trigger. This is why animated fights feel more satisfying than live-action ones. There's less cognitive conflict. Comic book violence is stylized, exaggerated, and consequence-free, making it the perfect dopamine delivery system. The problem-solving paradox: why conflict keeps your brain engaged. Superhero narratives are built on conflict and resolution. A problem appears, the hero faces obstacles, and then victory. Your brain is a prediction machine, constantly trying to guess what happens next. When watching action sequences, your prefrontal cortex is working overtime, anticipating moves, strategizing solutions, and experiencing a satisfying payoff when the hero wins. This cognitive engagement is genuinely rewarding. It's not mindless consumption. Your brain is actively working, which paradoxically makes it feel less like passive viewing and more like meaningful mental activity. The desensitization trap, how repeated exposure changes your brain. Here's where addiction becomes a real concern. Neuroimaging studies show that repeated exposure to violence, even animated violence, can reduce activity in the amygdala, the brain region responsible for processing fear and emotional response. In other words, the more superhero violence you watch, the less your brain reacts to it emotionally. You need more intense action to get the same dopamine hit. This is classic addiction behavior, tolerance building over time. A punch that seemed thrilling in episode 1 feels boring in episode 20. The identification effect, when you become the hero. Psychologists call it parasocial identification. When you watch a character you admire, your brain partially mirrors their experiences. When Spider-Man swings through New York, your motor cortex activates slightly, as if you're moving too. When Superman gets punched, you tense up. This creates a psychological investment that goes beyond simple entertainment. You're not just watching violence, you're vicariously experiencing it, which makes it more rewarding and more addictive. Children are especially susceptible because their brains are still developing their sense of self versus others. The moral licensing loophole: good guys justify any action. Here's a psychological trick superhero narratives use brilliantly. The hero's violence is justified. They're fighting for good, protecting the innocent, saving the world. Your moral compass accepts the violence because it's in service of a just cause. This moral licensing allows you to enjoy intense action without guilt. In fact, studies show that when violence is framed as heroic or justified, viewers experience more dopamine, not less. Your brain rewards you for rooting for the good guy, even if the good guy is committing acts that would horrify you in any other context. The flow state factor, how action creates the perfect mental zone. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi identified flow state where challenge and skill are perfectly balanced, creating complete mental absorption. Superhero action sequences are engineered for flow. They're complex enough to hold your attention, but not so confusing that you get lost. The pacing, the music, the visual effects, they're all designed to keep your arousal level right in that sweet spot where time disappears and you're completely immersed. Your brain enters a flow state, and flow is deeply rewarding. It's the same state athletes describe as being in the zone, and it's powerfully addictive. The narrative escape, why real life can't compete. Here's the uncomfortable truth: cartoon violence is better than real life at delivering what our brains crave. In a superhero narrative, problems have clear solutions, good defeats evil, and heroes are rewarded for their actions. In reality, life is messy, ambiguous, and often unsatisfying. Watching superheroes fight gives your brain the sense of order and justice that real life rarely provides. This makes it especially addictive for people experiencing chaos, powerlessness, or stress in their actual lives. The cartoon violence becomes a form of psychological escape, and that's a form of addiction we rarely talk about. Breaking the cycle: what neuroscience tells us about recovery. If you're concerned about your or your child's superhero obsession, neuroscience has some good news. The brain is remarkably plastic. By introducing variety into your media diet, you can reset your dopamine sensitivity. Taking breaks from action-heavy content allows your amygdala to resensitize to stimuli. Watching slower-paced content or engaging in physical activity can provide the dopamine hit without the addiction cycle. And here's the key: being aware of these psychological mechanisms is half the battle. Once you know your brain is being deliberately engineered for addiction, you can make more conscious choices about your consumption. So there you have it, the surprising neuroscience behind why your brain can't get enough of superhero action. It's not a character flaw, it's how your brain is wired. But now that you understand the mechanisms, you can use that knowledge to make smarter choices about your screen time. What's your take? Are you addicted to superhero content? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and subscribe so you never miss a video like this one.